Hey everyone, and in this discussion, we'll talk about my experience from the last week. And um, the other week, I had a travel. Like I had a trip to go to my family's house. Like for instance, my cousin's house with my family. And during the during the time and the road, we actually had a lots of traffic. It's very crowded, and you know it's just um it's stuck in the traffic that it you know this is me, like for instance. And yeah, this the cars didn't really move, and we have to extend a trip that should be 1 hour. It becomes 3 hour. And it just made me crazy. And I just stayed insane during that time. And yeah, I tried a lot of stuff to have to calm down, and just to live basically. Because during that time I also feel like I felt sickness, I think. Like my head just hurt. I don't know why. Probably because I haven't eaten just yet during that time. And yeah, it just the uh, whole trip I felt very dizzy. And I just feel like I wanted to vomit. But it didn't actually come out. It's just that feeling that you never actually did it. And yeah, I guess we can talk about how um like my thinking about how we should stay focused during this time. And like you know uh if there's any measurement that we could take to just uh to not make things even worse. Because stuck in traffic jams actually quite uh you know bad enough that you don't want anything else worse to happen, right? And yeah, and first thing first, as you can see right here, here in my country, the car moves at the left side of the road, or the left lane basically. So yeah, it's probably very different from yours, which you are going at the right lane and not the left lane. And yeah, um history, I think it's about history. Like for instance, um in the past, like our country was occupied by some kind, I think, Netherlands governments, like for about 350 years. And then after that there is Japan for only 3.5 years. um yeah, it's just as bad as the long one. And uh in short, I think we derive our road system from them. Like we didn't actually invent these. Like we didn't actually invent driving at the left lane instead of the right lane. And yeah, I think it's just there because of this those those times where um you know just certain big country conquering other big countries for their to just to make use of their country and stuff like that. And I don't want to talk about that in this video, at least. And yeah, so that's about his story about how or why I believe we had this system where we drove or drive at the left side, or the lane, or so I would say. And yeah, I guess we can start by just the basic simple things. um Probably companion is at least what I can think of, is like the first thing that you want during this traffic jam. Because you know Imagine yourself being alone during this situation where cars don't move, and then there's nothing else. There's no one to talk to outside from other cars, but uh, you know they probably don't even care or want to talk to you basically, because at the end of the day, all of these are just strangers, right? And yeah, uh, being lonely doesn't actually help, and having companion actually helps, because you can always have someone to talk to, and just interact with each other basically. And yeah, that's about it. And I mean, it also is, some kind of different when the one you talk to or your companion is not your, you don't really like to talk to, or like for instance, the other person is not actually the person that you like to begin with. But I doubt that, because um, it's kind of weird to have someone you don't like, sitting with you in a car, like only two of you. Um, it's most likely that you know this person, right? You don't just have some random person in your car at least. And yeah, uh, you know, having someone to interact with is actually great start that you know just help your mood basically, and to pass time, because sometimes this can get very long, and um, just basic conversation can actually speed up time, quote unquote. Not really speeding it up, but it just feel like time flies quickly when you enjoy the conversation, right? And yeah, it's better than being alone, and just stay focused on the road, and uh, you know and didn't done or don't actually see any progress or movement, because you keep focusing on the road, and you know every inches you move you just see it, so it doesn't really um you don't really look you don't really see how uh how the cars actually move. And yeah, and I guess the next thing is to always prepare your um food and drink, I suppose. um because again, this sort of stuff, this traffic jam stuff can happen, for a long time. Like I said, in my experience, it's 1 hour that turned into 3 hour. And at that time I didn't actually bring any food. I did have some drinks, but um and the fact that my head hurts, because I haven't eaten just yet during the time, it made it worse, because I need to eat something, right? And I didn't have any food or snack or whatsoever, and I just felt, it just made every seconds become worse. Um, like I just want to sleep, but I cannot sleep, because the car always moves and stops, because of uh move slowly, and then stop suddenly, and then move again, and then stop again, and can't really sleep with that condition. And yeah, and that's for food. The drink one is actually quite different. You don't actually want to drink a lot of water actually, because um again, you don't know how long you will be in the situation, and you don't want to drink too much, otherwise you have to you know remove excess water, because simple engineering stuff, anything that goes in will go out, or turn into heat basically. And yeah, uh because of that, you don't want to drink too many or too much, I would say, because again, if you drink too much water, your once it reaches your intestines, I think it will get absorbed fully, like most of it by your body. And the time where when your body starts to feel like you have too much water in your system, then your kidney, I think, will start working harder, uh, you know filtering the blood and removing the all the excess water. By removing, I mean taking out, and store it in your bladder, I think that's what it's called. And you know once it builds up, you will feel the urge to pee, and that's actually bad because uh you know one glass of water can actually is it's the same thing. If you drink too much or too little, if you want to pee, you want to pee, right? It doesn't matter how much it is, or how less or how few it is. If you want to pee, you want to pee, right? And yeah, this is actually bad. You don't want to drink too much because of that. And yeah, sometimes uh when you stuck in the traffic, you don't have any some kind of rest area nearby. Like, you can get stuck here for hours, right? And you don't have any place to pee basically, so you have to prepare like some kind of water bottle. You can pee in the car if you're male, but it'll be very difficult if you're a woman, right? Because you cannot uh you you need a wider vessel basically, because unlike men, where you can point and direct your pee and stuff like that, so you have to go outside. And uh, again, sometimes outside you don't have much options. Like, you can go to nearby tree and just go there. And but sometimes it's like uh, there's no stuff, and it's probably like in a what's called, like, in a high road, and it's like at the side of the cliff basically. You cannot go anywhere, right? You cannot go here because this is like a fall down here, and then, or even in this side and stuff like that, or even just anything that doesn't look safe for you to go. And that's actually bad. And yeah, but as for food, you actually want some food better than drink, I would say, because at least with food you can hold it, um because you have long intestines, right? You can store a lot of stuff there basically. um and the fact that you sit, and you don't really have the emergency unless it's very unless you have already built up a lot of stuff in there. And yeah, again, and as for food, you actually need food because, like I said, in my case, my head feels very hurt. It's because I haven't eaten just yet during the time, if I haven't told you several times by now. And yeah, I need to eat something basically. And some kind of snack or biscuits or bread or whatever will actually help. um and yeah, always have food when you do a long trip, at least. And yeah, that's my take on that. But of course, you don't want to eat too much either, because again, you don't know how long, and you want to ration your food properly. uh Otherwise you will have not enough food. But and then I guess the next thing is you want to have your phone uh, ready, because it can get very long and very boring. You want to check your phone, just have some internet or just have some battery. And make sure you have a phone charger that can be plugged into your car. Um, because phone battery is not really predictable. You can have them from 100 to 0% real quick, and if you don't careful, and yeah, uh, guess you can also play games or just make videos in for TikToks and Instagram or stuff. You can tweet, you can watch movie, and it's etc etc. You know, having phone that's working is actually great because you know, yeah, I did have phone during the time, and it's just helped me to pass time basically. But I guess that will be it for today's discussion. There are lots of other stuff that I can think of, and yeah, probably best for you to fill down in the comments down below. And I will see you again in the next episode. By next episode, I mean tomorrow. And yeah, I just this is like the first time after a while I took a break, and my voice is not really I haven't practiced just yet. Like I haven't talked for about 2 weeks now, and yeah, this is like the first time in a while. So yeah, excuse my voice if you hear it different. And yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.